Hello friends, you are on the channel Quotes of Great Men. Enjoy watching. Protection and security are only valuable if they do not cramp life excessively. It was most essential for me to have a normal life in the real world as a counterpoise to that strange inner world. My family and my profession remained the base to which I could return. Ultimate truth, if there be such a thing, demands the concert of many voices. I live in my deepest hell, and from there I cannot fall any further. Where do we live symbolically? Nowhere except where we participate in the ritual of life. Man and woman become a devil to each other when they do not separate their spiritual paths, for the nature of created beings is always the nature of differentiation. The self as the essence of individuality is unitemporal and unique. As an archetypal symbol, it is a God image and therefore universal and eternal. Hitler's movement is near to Mohammedanism. Every victory contains the germ of future defeat. Instinct is like nature herself, prodigiously conservative, and yet transcending her own historical conditions in her acts of creation. When facts are few, speculations are most likely to represent individual psychology. Fortunately, in her kindness and patience, nature has never put the fatal question as to the meaning of their lives into the mouths of most people. And where no one asks, no one needs to answer. The self then functions as a union of opposites and thus constitutes the most immediate experience of the divine which it is psychologically possible to imagine. Nights to dreams tell them that's forgotten by the day. In knowing ourselves to be unique, we possess the capacity for becoming conscious of the infinite. But only then. At times I feel as if I am spread out over the landscape and inside things, and in myself living in every tree, in the plashing of the waves, in the clouds and the animals that come and go, in the procession of the seasons. In all earnestness I asked myself what kind of world I had stumbled into. Seldom, or perhaps never, does a marriage develop into an individual relationship smoothly and without crises. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. The dream is a series of images, which are apparently contradictory and nonsensical, but arise in reality from psychologic material which yields a clear meaning. Creativity is the art that can give rise to visionary metaphorical relationships, as opposed to purely psychological ones. Man positively needs general ideas and convictions that will give a meaning to his life and enable him to find a place for himself in the universe. A scream is always just that, a noise and not music. The creative person is overpowered, captive of and driven by a demon. They become our legendary heroes. Once upon a time men were possessed by devils. Now they are not less obsessed by ideas. So often among so-called primitives, one comes across spiritual personalities who immediately inspire respect, as though they were the fully matured products of an undisturbed fate. One is forced to speak not of what is held in common between the cultures, but what is held in common between the myths, and that in its simplest archetypal forms. The fact is that certain ideas exist almost everywhere and at all times, and can even spontaneously create themselves quite independently of migration and tradition. The sure path can only lead to death. I think that one should view with philosophic admiration the strange paths of the libido and should investigate the purposes of its circuitous ways. Nothing is more repulsive than a furtively prurient spirituality. It is just as unsavory as gross sensuality. It is just man's turning away from instinct, his opposing himself to instinct that creates consciousness. Instinct is nature and seeks to perpetuate nature, while consciousness can only seek culture or its denial. I believe that history is capable of anything. There exists no folly that men have not tried out. Life is crazy and meaningful at once. I have always said to my pupils, learn as much as you can about symbolism, then forget it when you are analyzing a dream. The inner man has access to the sense organs of God. A purely psychological explanation is ruled out. The discs show signs of intelligent guidance by quasi-human pilots. A residual sea of symbols which is shared by all mankind, usually accessed through dreams or altered states, and from which cultures draw images on which to found their religions. In some way or other, we are part of a single, all-embracing psyche, a single greatest man. Language, in its origin and essence, is simply a system of signs or symbols that denote real occurrences or their echo in the human soul. Dreams often contain sexual symbols, which can be key to understanding our subconscious. Thanks for watching. Check out these educational videos too.